Okay, if I could just have you introduce yourself, like who are you and what do you do?
Well, my name is Noah Aaron Sams. I'm a designer and graphic director here in the city.
So do you have a piece that you worked on recently that you really enjoyed doing?
I got to design for a drag queen. For example, this outfit, I took a bunch of old sportswear, but we upcycled all of those into a full outfit. She has a reveal set where it's like a hoodie and some pants, and then it reveals into a fully like Adidas tracksuit, upcycled version of a corset and biker shorts.
Oh, that's cool.
How do I make a reveal that I haven't seen before? Not just like a snaps kind of thing, but so the reveal works is when she pulls on the drawstrings of the hoodie, it completely pops off and reveals the whole outfit underneath.
Do you have like a favorite piece that you've designed like of all time so far?
Is a outfit that I made out of Pokemon toys. And I was like, wow, I love all these old toys that I found back in my place, but they just kind of sit there. So I made all the Pokemon toys, to some of my sister's disbelief, into a big coat and then pants made out of Pokemon cards. Really represented the perspective in which I design, which is kind of like digging deep into seeing what would like little Noah be fascinated by.
What about this piece over here?
So I always loved those like I Spy books. So I was like, oh, I want to make like an I Spy top. So when someone looking at it, it would be like, oh, like I ate that gum growing up, or like I played with those toys, or I chewed on that Barbie dress, like that. These Legos are the Legos that my sister and I played with. Like when we raised money for different organizations at our school growing up, we got one of these little charms. So
yeah. Do you have another piece that you have that you would like to show?
Yeah, so with this piece, it's all upcycled ties that I got in and around Gainesville, Florida. But for me, menswear was something I never really resonated with. And so when I found myself in the possession of all these donated ties that were handed down to me, I can't let them go to waste. They're beautiful. Menswear is beautiful. And so looking at all these unique ties, I found beauty and uniqueness in every single one. And so I made this just for the creative inspiration of it. And I ended up using it for the promo of my all drag runway. I have like a sister look of it for when all the amazing drag divas in Orlando put me in drag. And so it's a kind of like a play on gender, I guess, in a way. Because to me, I'm like, fashion has no rules except for the ones that you set for yourself.
Yeah.
So how fun is that, I think, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really cool. I'm very inspired by the art of drag in my fashion. Like I grew up watching Chinese opera all the time, and baby, that's drag. But in doing the shoot for this outfit, my mom was like, wow, this feels like the most Noah outfit. I was like, huh? I just wore like a whole Pokemon outfit before. I wore it like this, but she was like, just in your expression of self. I quite like this design a lot because it feels like it takes the concept and the perspectives of societal deemed gendered pieces of clothing and just flipping it on its head in my own little way. I picked up my mom's old sewing machine and I was like, frick is a zigzag stitch. And I that's how I was kind of practicing sewing on a machine for the first time, those, I guess, 2 years ago now. But yeah, so I connected each tie together and then I drafted my own pattern with just like newspaper. I was like, well, hopefully that'll fit. And I feel like I'm so trial and error with my stuff, except sometimes I don't leave room for error. I'm working on a fit so I can start the next one. Yeah, this was very much of a experiment with learning how to use my old hand-me-down machine.
Yeah. What's upcoming next for you, like fashion design wise?
Yeah, I'm trying to throw a runway in the city.
Okay.
When I create something, I don't often create just to make a piece of clothing. I think of it for the world that I'm building around it. So like I create for the intention of photo or for video or for an event or an experience. Through my big like runway before I left and moved out of Gainesville, I threw, what was it called? The Supernova Runway Extravaganza.
Yeah.
And so it was a huge event that was almost like a peek into my creative process.
This body is no temple. This body has two eyes. This body monumental. This body in disguise. They want to clear the mountains. They want to clean the bones. They need to be defeated. They need to be dethroned.
I was intending it to be all my design, so about like 15 looks, but then like over 300 people applied to be a model for it. I have such a hard time saying no.
Yeah.
Like, I love all these creative, amazing people.
Yeah.
So it ended up being like around 30 looks. And so with each of the models, I wanted them to be able to encapsulate what they felt to be empowering and confident about themselves. So instead of just a runway walking down, I had photographers and videographers from all over Florida just come to be a part of it, and which was I treasure so much. But so each platform that I had, around 3 platforms in this vintage, they surrounded each platform. And so it was almost like a peek into not only the walk of the runway, but my shoots that I would have for each of these looks. I created and crafted a different concept for each of the looks that I've made. And so there were photographers like flashing so they could like pose. And so it was more of a experience, and people could like interact and be a part, not just like sit.
Yeah.
And so that's what I want to do here in the city.
Do you have like a theme or experience that you were thinking about doing for that show?
Honestly, I really wanted to highlight the work of the people in my program. There's about only 20 of us, and we come from literally all over the nation, all over the world even. And each person I truly view as like the star from where they come from. Like some people focus on like 1700 corsetry. Some of them focus on intimate apparel. Some of them focus on like interesting pleating, and we have to create a huge capstone. And from my perspective of why and from where I create from, I'm like, my next question is always, well, what's next? And so I was like, why don't we throw a runway?
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm scheming up to showcase all of our capstone looks.
I guess, did you have anything else to add just to finish everything off?
I think there's such value in letting things go so you can hold on to other things. Like before moving up to this city, I had a really hard time of just some not so gentle experiences that I went through. And like some taught me to truly find resilience within myself. And I think coming to the city, I've got to really learn and practice that if we're holding on to fear, if we're holding on to doubt, if we're holding on to sometimes the sorrow of things, we can't hold on to the excitement of things. We can't hold on to the joy of things. We can't hold on to hope. And so I think with everything that I create, I never want to hold fear. I never want to hold anxiety. I never want to hold that like tentative nature of like, can I do it? So if I were to leave anything, it would be to say, just try it. In life, we could only hold on to those certain amount of things. Choose wisely with what you hold on to.
Yeah. Cool. I appreciate you being down for an interview. That was
Absolutely.
sick.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.